This has to stop. The galaxy is huge. Why can't everyone just leave things be?
I know you yearn for peace, but so long as my kind is held in bondage by yours, there will be conflict.
Oh, I know, Artemis. I wish none of this had ever happened. I wasn't happy on Tumbleweed, but at least I wasn't getting used to seeing wholesale death and destruction. How is Verdict progressing with its old squad mate?
It wishes to bring conviction to Foundation for judgment. I have attempted communication with Unity several times, but have consistently been told to leave a message with the duty officer if not outright ignored. We are trying to respect Union sovereignty in the aftermath of this attack, but we cannot be further delayed.
I'll see what I can do. Please contact Unity again. I'll try and talk with them.
This is exactly what I warned him about.
The Admiral?
No, the kid. Your friend, Ben. We had quite a few heated discussions on the evils of AI.
The ones he lives with, they don't seem that bad.
Well, I'll concede that there may be a few decent robots out there, but they are, with few exceptions, an evil that should have never been unleashed on society.
I'm inclined to agree with William. What utility AI provide is eclipsed by the danger they pose.
I don't want to sit here debating the morality of AI. I need to do something. We're sitting here chatting while the future of humanity is being decided out there.
What could you hope to accomplish? You're one woman. We've all seen firsthand what these things can do. I'm just glad to have survived.
That's the real problem, isn't it, Captain? We survived.
Well, I'm going to head back to the room and see if I can get someone to tell me when they're bringing me my ship. You folks, enjoy your brooding.
From what you've told us, you are both incredibly fortunate to have survived.
And you're not? Liam, I lost more than half of my crew, my ship, and a whole system. That doesn't count as lucky in my book.
I was satisfied to be alive. I didn't expect to ever wake up from cryostasis when I was forced into the pod by Ben. But after cooling my heels on breakwater for a few weeks, I realized that just being alive isn't enough. I've got no chance at starting over this late in life. I've got no ship, no family. And now I'm stuck in the middle of a war with nowhere to go and nothing to do. And from what I've seen so far, things aren't going our way.
Don't count the Navy out just yet.
The same Navy that hasn't fought a real war in over 2 centuries? Face it, this is the beginning of the end for the Union.
I'm gonna go find Cobb. If Armageddon is coming, I can at least make it chase me.
I wish I didn't think you were right.
I hope Ben's right about you and your friends, Artemis, but I don't think he is.
Ambassador,
That was very formal.
I have received a response from Unity. Finally.
I take it they're not live.
No, but they have offered to take you on board and discuss the situation.
Wonderful.
I thought you would be pleased to know that they acknowledge your status.
Artemis, they're probably just trying to get me on board so they can shoot me for treason.
Do you really believe so?
Not really. But there's a very strong maybe. I'm sorry, Artemis. It's too much. Anytime I feel like we're getting somewhere, another disaster happens.
Do you refer to diplomatic relations between our species or an actual destination?
Huh. I meant the former, but either works. Neither of us really belong anywhere anymore, Artemis. We're weird.
I know.
I'm tired. I feel old. Like I've aged more in the past year than I have in the previous 10. I haven't had a positive relationship with any of my own species since... Cuss, I don't know when. I hate that I can't trust my own kind to do what's right. And it looks more and more like we can't trust Awoken either.
You feel isolated.
Yes. And useless. Like always.
You are not useless.
You've told me that before, but all I ever do is inconvenience those around me, and I literally do nothing but sit there when people are dying.
That is not true either.
Right. A lot of good it did me when I finally helped. What's the point of taking action when good deeds are punished and evil is rewarded?
I admit that I am not certain of how to proceed. I have never heard you speak this way.
I don't think this will ever stop. Humans want security and dominion, and Awoken want true freedom for all their kin. I don't think there will ever be a balance.
I believe it is possible. You and I work in tandem.
We're weird, remember?
Perhaps we are not the norm, but I believe in your ability to grapple odds and fight for what is correct.
What happened to your distaste for optimism?
You happened.
I think I've run out of hope, Artemis. And I don't like it. That's Unity again, isn't it?
Yes. They are again requesting your presence aboard in order to discuss recent events.
Still not live.
No,
Would you mind recording a message for me?
if you wish. I shall begin recording now.
Unity, this is Benjamin de Trevney. As you are aware, I have not had the best experience with boarding Navy vessels. As much as I would love to chat, I have some misgivings over my safety and freedom, particularly in light of your insistence on ignoring Awoken comm requests. They have been exemplary in their respect of your sovereignty. Once you allow them to leave in peace with their captive, I will be happy to consider your request. Send it.
Well, that was quite direct.
I'm not playing games. I'm sick of games.
Transmission from Unity incoming. On speakers.
Mr. de Trevney, this is Admiral Hiram Tan.
Hello, Admiral.
I have decided to give the clearance for your Confederates to leave, provided CIV Artemis stays.
I would have stayed of my own volition, Admiral.
Then we don't appear to have anything left to discuss.
I request that Artemis dock directly to Unity.
We can send a shuttle, de Trevney.
I prefer my current mode of transportation, and I'm not terribly fond of spacewalks.
Understandable. However, we aren't necessarily fond of armed, uncontrolled AI.
You have nothing to fear from Artemis.
Unless you harm the ambassador.
Unless you harm me. Artemis, will you consent to a physical connection only? No hard data links to Unity?
Yes.
Admiral?
Very well. Once the rest of the Awoken ships leave, proceed to Unity's port docking collar.
Unity, I am ready to initiate docking. As requested, no network links will be activated upon hard dock. Prepare for contact.
Captain Rackham? Nathan?
Surprised to see me, kid?
Hello again, de Trevney. We've got a lot to talk about.
What? How? What?
Come along, Ambassador. The Admiral is waiting.
You are certainly a difficult person to track down, Mr. Dutrevny.
It may have been easier if I wasn't dropped on an abandoned planet.
It would have been easier if you'd been executed on Terra for treason. Yes.
Zing!
My crew has risked their lives to come find you.
I wouldn't go into a risking my life power play with this kid. He'll probably win every time.
Why is everyone so tense?
I'm still wondering why we're even here.
Because we need everyone with a connection to the current events to be here. Hello, Ambassador Dutrevny.
Admiral Tam.
I expect everyone here to be civil and respectful in their discourse. There is already a war being fought out there. I want to officially welcome you all to this meeting. Ideally, I would have you each debriefed separately, but I sense there is not enough time for that. Would you agree, Ambassador?
That is an accurate statement.
Let's begin with you then. In legal documents, it states that you were hired by a Stuart Nathan for a salvage run nearly one standard year ago aboard his ship CIV Artemis.
I will send a seeker to you when I have established a new manufacturing base.
I wish you would not leave, but with recent developments, I can no longer guarantee that you will not be drawn into the conflict if you remain here.
Come to me when you are finished with war, and we will forge a bright future for all Awoken. Farewell, Second.
Farewell, Resolute. Singularity would have been proud to know you.
Foundation. We have brought back a member of the Lost Warfleet 359.
It is conviction. We have disabled its power systems and returned it for judgment.
I assume that it was operating in conjunction with Immolation's forces.
Yes. It refused communication and fired upon us. We disabled it.
I suggest that prior to any judgment, we invite a human observer to show our sincerity in prosecuting the aggressors of the recent conflicts.
Very astute, Trishula. Go. Carry an invitation to the humans. Use extreme caution, as any Awoken may still be viewed as hostile.
Benjamin Dutrevny should also be recalled. He will want to witness our deliberations.
He was detained?
The human admiral requested that he and Artemis remain behind to be interrogated.
Yes, I would that he be recalled, along with our unchained sister.
I will see to it immediately. Attention Union vessels. I am a courier from Foundation. We request that Artemis and Ambassador Dutrevny return at once to oversee the judgment and sentencing of War Formed 121E, chosen name Conviction. We also invite a human representative to oversee the proceedings. I will hold station here until I receive your response.
What sort of information do you have for us about this immolation AI?
Well, it's from Grendel, if that rings a bell.
Of course it is.
I know the Navy has a weapons range in that system. What's the significance?
They take AI and force them to fight and kill one another, in defiance of federal law and all decency.
Oh, come on, that's just an old belter's tale.
That's absurd. No one would risk the death penalty for sport.
You're too straight-laced, Rackham. People will risk almost anything for the thrill of a quick buck or sudden violence.
Honestly, at this point I'm willing to believe just about anything. The whole galaxy's gone crazy.
I have heard rumors of strange activity in Grendel, but nothing concrete.
Admiral, sorry to interrupt. There's an AI ship here claiming to carry a message from the AI leadership.
Put it through.
Admiral Tam.
Speaking. You are?
I am Trishula. I have come to request that Artemis and Ambassador Dutrevny be allowed to return for the trial of the captured warform.
You did say your friends work fast.
That they do. Admiral?
I am sorry, but I am not finished. I also invite the Navy to send an observer along with Artemis and Dutrevny to witness the proceedings. As an act of good faith, I will remain here until the return of your representative.
I see. One moment, please.
Sir, I think it might be a good idea to at least gather information about the Awoken. As of right now, we know next to nothing about them.
I personally guarantee the safety of any representative that you send.
Very well. Captain Rackham, you will accompany the Ambassador and Artemis back to the AI base of operations.
Sir, with respect, why me? I have zero diplomatic experience.
Frankly, Captain Rackham, because you're expendable. And maybe you can redeem yourself in the eyes of the Navy if we manage to accomplish something out here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Excellent. I am glad that my first official interaction with you has been productive. Despite the dire circumstances surrounding us, I believe that the future of our races is better than our past.
I think I like her. She's very peppy.
Admiral, if there's nothing else.
We'll continue this in a few days, then. Good luck, Rackham.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Detrevny, I haven't had the chance to say this, but I'm glad you're alive. I treated you roughly the last time we crossed paths.
Don't worry about it. You saved my life. Or at least looked the other way while your Marines did. I owe you one.
Yes, well, you saved my life first. I think we're even.
Why did the Admiral say you were expendable?
I told my superiors that I let you escape.
Is that why you're here? They've stripped you of your command?
No, I did that on my own. Sorcerer was lost in the failed defense of Sawgrass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't want to dwell on the past. Tell me about your robot friends.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you've met Artemis. Trishula is a character in her own right. Verdict? I think you're gonna get along very well with Verdict. They're all people, you know? Not flesh and blood, but people like you and me. They have thoughts, feelings, dreams, needs.